Good morning.
Good morning. The messy table.
We're cleaning up.
So this morning we're packing up and we're moving to our next hotel. It's just down the street. So we're gonna go get some breakfast and some coffee, and then we're gonna come back, finish packing up, and then move hotels probably. All right. All right, so we just made it to our next hotel. This one is called the Adina Apart Hotel. It's basically an apartment hotel, hence the word. So we actually have a kitchen this time. It's the first place we've had a kitchen and a washer and dryer, which is really nice because we can do laundry. So we have a little kitchenette here with a sink and a 2-burner cooktop. It's actually a dishwasher if you don't want to wash your 3 dishes that you dirty. And then there's a washer and dryer combo. I think it's a combo at least. Sometimes they only give you a washer and you have to like air dry your clothes, which is fine for the most part as long as you have some time. A big fridge, nice big bottle of water. Water here costs just as much as every other drink, so we don't really see a lot of people drinking water, which is interesting. A nice oven in case you want to make stuff. And then it even gives you like a laundry detergent tab. And then over here we have the TV and a nice bench. This room is bigger than our other room, so there is enough room to like put your suitcases out and not have to like walk around too badly. So nice big table, and then a nice window to the street. Honestly, when the window is closed, it's really quiet, which it's really impressive because hotels in the US are not like that. Nice little chaise lounge. I don't know how to say that word. Big bed with a separate duvets. A nice not big, but a nice bathroom. They have a lot of mirrors in this hotel, like in the elevators and stuff, and it's kind of deceiving because you're like, where does this room end? A towel warmer that's on par for Europe. So yeah. Pretty nice place. We'll be here for 2 nights before we head to our next destination. And now we have to go meet our cousins at the train station because they just got here. So we're going to be spending the rest of our trip with them. So, also, breakfasts at hotels are pretty expensive here. Most of the time they're not included. So if you don't want to pay a lot for breakfast, go find a cafe. Train's delayed. We made it.
Literally, the tag starts.
They did.
Finally. We're headed to the Imperial Palace of Nuremberg. Took some Christmas markets though, so it'll probably be more like Christmas market.
Now Kayla's like, I gotta stop.
It's like pictures.
Oh, look at the covered bridge. We have to go over there, Kayla.
So the restaurant we just stopped at was just the Struben. It is the oldest restaurant in Nuremberg, and we tried to get reservations at it, but like absolutely not. We're totally booked for today and tomorrow. So, but if you come here, apparently they have really good German food, and yeah, so try to get a reservation early. But we tried and we couldn't, so we'll move on.
To be honest, we were warned that that would be a problem. So we did try to wait until the middle of the week, but unfortunately, even in the middle of the week, they are still booked. Battery exhausted.
Busy, man. Nuremberg markets are the busiest of them all. So then those are the little sausages that we have.
The Nuremberg, yeah.
Size sausages.
Yeah, I want to know if I should try them now or later.
You can do whatever you like. What is it?
It's like a gingerbread, but it has a little bit of citrus in it. And a little bit of sugar on top.
It's called a...
Leberkuchen. Pretty good.
Pretty good.
It takes a little bit to grow on you.
It's unique for sure.
It definitely took like a minute to kind of set in. It's very good though. Give me my Leberkuchen back. Danke. This is definitely one of the more busier markets. So if you are coming to Nuremberg for the markets, definitely be aware that it will be a little bit more busy than you're expecting. I can't imagine what it looks like on the weekend. On the weekend, it must be like packed, like shoulder to shoulder. It must be hard to do almost anything. So I would just be prepared for that if you're coming for this next week. Another one.
Is it more of a traditional gingerbread?
More chewy,
Yeah.
a lot softer. So just a few notes about this church. One is it's very, very old. I think parts of it were originally built in like
1225.
yeah, so like 1200s, and then there was additional work done in like the 14th and 15th centuries, and then even more was built recently. The church was partially destroyed and seriously damaged during World War II from some of the bombings, but we do know that some of the stained glass that you saw inside there, that is actually recovered from the original church. And that is also part of the original church from the 1200s.
And a bunch of the paintings.
Yes. A bunch of the paintings. A lot of the carvings, I think, are original too, but there's a lot of stonework that has been repaired. So that's why this church is rather, I don't want to call it like stark on the inside, but that's why there's not as much painting on the ceiling, and that's why there's not as much like intricate designs, because most of it was restored in the 50s and 60s, like the 1950s and 60s in case.
Next, we're going to the palace.
So at the top of this little hill here, this is known as the Nuremberg berg, which is a group of buildings here that have been here since around 1000 AD. So these buildings are almost 1,000 years old now, which is absolutely incredible. And they date back all the way until the Holy Roman Empire. There's actually a court that was held here regularly, and that's pretty much the only time these buildings were used. However, they are quite a defensive position, which is why they stood the test of time for so long. All right, I think we're gonna walk down to the bottom here, only because I think we're gonna come back tomorrow, because we have about an hour or so until the sun goes down, and we really do want to see the castle lit up. But I think we're gonna walk back towards the market now. So it's really funny because this is kind of basically like a repeat of like what, it's almost 10 years ago now. when we
Almost,
did
yeah,
the
it was
original,
2015.
like,
The OG, that's when I started my YouTube channel.
yeah, so Elizabeth started her YouTube channel like well before we did, like so much longer ago. And
With a cell phone.
yeah, so she basically,
I
yeah.
had an iPhone 6 or something back then. That's what started it all.
So yeah, we started the vlogs in Germany, and I was in those vlogs
You were?
all those time ago.
That was
It was
good.
very popular. Not really. It was not a popular vlog at all, but
One of them is really popular, and people are so mad that I like didn't show more of whatever I titled it as. Like I still get comments to this day.
it's 6 years old, and you're like, yeah, 6 years ago, maybe if I knew more about vlogging, I would have done it.
Like 8 years now.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's almost like 10 years ago now. Like
That's crazy.
it's very long ago. That would have been like 2013, which it's almost 10 years ago now, which is really wild. And we're back in Germany vlogging again.
Here we are. How did we do
The world is a circular place, I swear. Perfect. You have everything now. You are set.
Hot chocolate and a pastry.
You're ready to go.
Hot chocolate's pretty good. And
The mug.
comes in a cute mug.
So this is like a traditional donut, like a traditional Christmas market donut. It's really just fried dough, and I mean, I'm like, that doesn't. I hope that doesn't sound negative. It's really like fried dough and powdered sugar. So if you like bread like me or sugar, you're gonna be set. This is a perfect place to get food.
One order, please. Thank you very much.
Right, I got my Nuremberg wurst, which is like Nuremberg sausage, on brot with bread. So we're gonna try it. It's kind of like a breakfast sausage almost. That's what I can kind of describe it as.
Okay.
I think we're just going to finish tonight by wandering the streets and then going back to our little apartment hotel thing. Alright, I think I'm gonna end tonight's vlog here. We learned some interesting information today. One, we just learned that there's a train strike starting at 7 p.m. So that basically means that in the next 2 hours, all of the trains all across Germany, basically any train that goes from city to city, is going to be shut down for the next like 24, 48 hours. We should still be able to make our flight out. It's not tomorrow, but the next day. We will find out on Saturday if we're actually able to make it out and go on to Oslo. Hopefully we will check out the Christmas market there. We have a few other little interesting things planned there, and then we have an interesting ferry journey that we're going to take. So stay tuned for those. Subscribe if you don't want to miss those episodes. We do appreciate when people subscribe. It does really help us out. Same thing for thumbs up on videos. It helps recommend the content to others as well. So we appreciate that. I think we're gonna go hang out in the sauna. All right, talk to you all later.